Everyday Drinking by Magister Ludi Kingsley Amis. In fact, we learned from the introduction to this book that friends call him King or Kingos. It's testament to his majesty, his greatness, that even when writing about a subject that is of little interest to yours truly, I mean, I seldom drink in a vicious circle, which means not being used with alcohol. 2 beers, nearly enough to say kaput, to have me a bit drunk, and then a third may mean passing out. So last series was, I don't know, 6 years ago, when I ended up on the mattress of the dogs over there. So hilarious, wonderful. Again, even when one is not really interested so much in alcohol and drinking, which, however, is a serious subject, literary as well. Kingsley refers to Shakespeare's Othello. Othello had a horrible time in Cyprus. Iagos' deadly plot against him started with a drinking session at which Cypriot wines were presumably on offer. he jests a lot. He is taking on Cypriot Greek wines, those from this region. Although Tokay, the Hungarian wine, famous, is praised. Names, we use the Italian for bottle, fiasco, in the way that we do. And that's also thinking. Graham Greene, booze was his muse. And then some serious analysis. Not only is drink here to stay, the moral seems to be that when it goes, we go too. Collective social benefits outweigh the individual disasters it may precipitate. So there's a ton of humor here. A team of American investigators concluded that without the underpinning provided by alcohol and the relaxation it affords, Western society would have collapsed at about the time of the First World War. He takes on changes in pubs, which have introduced, I don't know, slot machines or what was that? Music, pop music, which he again mocks. Pop music being, let's see, maybe we get to that later. That kind of uproar having certain connections with a primitive style of music and known as pop. At one party, Kingsley Amis broke a glass, exclaiming, "Oh, how fortunate it was empty," to attract the attention to the stinginess of the glass. I mean, if you give a party, he does have a lot of wise sage advice, that you don't have to go for the very expensive plonk, very expensive drinks, wines, especially when you do a cocktail. It will lose its fragrance, well, in a mixture. And he has all sorts of, again, hilarious stratagems to push back against the experts that will taste and say, But on the other hand, have drinks available. Don't be stingy. Don't have people with an empty glass in the introduction again. I forgot who. If I know him, I don't think I do. A friend of Ames, Kingsley Ames, says, I think, something like when he gave a party when he had guests, he was generous. He was pouring your first drink, and then he would say, now you know where it is, so if it's empty, if you have an empty glass, it's your fault. Go ahead and pour. Then quotes from famous poets, writers, to be found here. There's not, no doubt, so much the spirit counts as rum and true religion, Lord Byron. Go for abundance, so rather than very high quality of drink. Avoiding bulk and plonk. Our wines have been put, I hear, and then, as I said. Bulk and plonk or Cyprus sherry, to be avoided. You need a refrigerator all to yourself. We'll have another note on this, because this one is getting quite long, I guess.